I, you want to start my lecture with RSS? Hare Krishna. Parasuram Prabhu is reminding me to tell something about RSS. One time we were in Maharaj's room and Govind Prabhu told Maharaj that Vrindavan Prabhu is in RSS. Maharaj asked, what is RSS? Because that time he was not that involved in all politics in India. It was in 86. So I said, Maharaj, it is Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangha. It is a national Hindu organization. And Maharaj said, I am also RSS. Richard S. Levin. Richard S. Levin. And then, there you go. So it's for RSS. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. And I told Maharaj, I am still RSS, Radhanath Swami Sevak. Hare Krishna. Anybody playing Mridanga? Or we don't have Mridanga? Bhagavad Gita 13.8. You can put it somewhere. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari janavallabha girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेद गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपां साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पदान् सहगणा ललिता श्री नमः। ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome to this satsang today. I am supposed to speak on practice of humility. He didn't choose a right person to talk about that, obviously. But whatever I heard, I read from great souls, we'll try to share. So, Krishna in the 13th chapter, slokas from 8 to 12, he explains 22 qualities of knowledge. And Krishna at the end he says, other than this, everything is ignorance. The first quality is amani, humility. So, if anyone remembers the verse, you can recite with me. Amanitvam andambitvam ahimsa shantirarjavam acharyopasanam saucham thairam atma vinigraha indriyarteshu vairagyam ahankara evacha janma mrityu jara vyadhir dukkha doshanudarshanam asaktirnabhivashvangaha putradhara gruhadishu nityancha samachittasvam amishtam nishtopapattishu maija ananya yogena bhaktirabhyavicharini viviktadesha sevitvam aratirjana samsadi adhyatmajnanam nityastvam tattvajnanarthadarshanam etadjnanam iti proktam ajnanam yadato anyatha. The translation: humility, pridelessness, non-violence, tolerance, simplicity, approaching a bona fide spiritual master, cleanliness, steadiness, self-control, renunciation of the object of sense gratification, absence of false ego, the perception of the evil of birth, death, old age, and disease, detachment, freedom from entanglement with children, wife, home, and the rest. Even-mindedness amid pleasant and unpleasant events, constant and unalloyed devotion to me, aspiring to live in a solitary place, detachment from the general mass of people, accepting the importance of self realization, and philosophical search for the absolute truth. All these I declare to be knowledge, and besides this, whatever there may be is ignorance. So, in the purport, Prabhupada talks about humility. Humility means that one should not be anxious to have the satisfaction of being honored by others. The material conception of life makes us very eager to receive honor from others. But from the point of view of a man in perfect knowledge, who knows that he is not this body, anything, honor or dishonor pertaining to this body is useless. One should not be hankering after this material deception. People are very anxious to be famous for their religion, and consequently, sometimes it is found that without understanding the principles of religion, one enters into some group which is not actually following religious principles and then wants to advertise himself as a religious mentor. As for actual advancement in spiritual science, one should have a test to see how far he is progressing. He can judge by these items. So Prabhupada in this purport, he mentions these 22 items is a parameter for all the devotees to check themselves how far they are progressing in devotional service. The first Prabhupada, Krishna mentions here is humility. So because on this one quality, all qualities are depending. So as far as the devotees are concerned, uh, humility, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains, Trunadapi Sunichena, Tororiva Sahishnuna, Amanina Manadina, Kirtaniya Sadahari. So he puts humility, one of the first principles, Trunadapi Sunichena. And Tororiva Sahishnuna, tolerance, and then not expecting any respect. And so this is a sign of humility, according to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So why in spiritual life humility is important? Because we are trying to acquire and know and realize and understand, which is not on a bodily platform possible to understand or realize. So therefore, unless we have faith in whatever we are hearing humbly, we cannot understand it, we cannot assimilate it, and we cannot practice. So therefore, whatever we are hearing, we have to have a submissiveness. In fact, anywhere in this material world, unless we have humility, you cannot get anything in this world. But immediately we think about sense gratification. So that time, humility, uh, we don't realize that we are becoming humble to get whatever we want. So just like if you have to go to the school and one teacher is teaching 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, you cannot argue with him. And there is no answer other than 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Without argument, we accept whatever teacher is teaching. So that is because of submissiveness. We have complete faith in whatever he is teaching. And he is teaching from the syllabus, and of course, he is authorized by the university, and he is an authorized professor. So these three things we accept to acquire knowledge in this material world. Similarly, in spiritual life, we accept Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. So this is the method we accept the knowledge. So unless we show humility and submissiveness, that's what Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, Tadvidhi pranipatena. Pranipatena is a sign of humility. Surrender is a sign of humility. So when we are progressing on the path of spiritual life, uh, unless we have humility, we cannot appreciate Krishna consciousness. See, material world, people are proud of their everything what they possess, which are grouped in 6 qualities of Krishna. What are the 6 qualities of Krishna? Aishwaryasya, Samagrasya Yashasya Viryasya Sri Jnana Vairagyashchaiva Shanna Bhaga Iti Gana. So these are the 6 qualities. Krishna is full of opulence, wealth, beauty, knowledge, renunciation, strength, and what is the last one? Fame. So these are the 6 qualities people are proud of. They are proud of their knowledge, they are proud of their beauty, they are proud of their renunciation, they are proud of their knowledge, strength, and proud of because they are famous. So these 6 qualities of Krishna, when we try to take it, then we try to compete with Krishna, and at the same time we compete with devotees of Krishna who have developed humility also by acquiring, understanding these qualities of Krishna. So we can see those who are famous, it is very difficult for them to accept some other famous person and surrender to him. They may consider equal but not surrender. If somebody is wealthy, he may consider equal, but very few will surrender to a wealthy person. They want to compete and become better than him. If someone is knowledgeable than us, then we will compete with him and try to show that I am better than him. And if somebody is renounced, it happens in renounce order also. If I am renounced, I will try to show that I am better renounced than everybody else. Right? So these are the 6 qualities of Krishna. When we on our bodily platform try to show, so what happens actually? We become proud of it. The pride enters in our heart. And that is why Krishna warns us. Prakriti kriyamanani gune karmani sarvasha ahankar vimudhatma karta aham iti manyate. So that is where Krishna is warning. So these all qualities belong to Krishna. And as we surrender, Krishna gives us this quality. And therefore, one who has this quality and one who understands this quality is called Brahmana. Brahma Janati iti Brahmana. So Brahmana has 9 qualities explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? So why is Brahmana, one of that quality of Brahmana is also humble. Correct? How does that sloka goes? Brahmana, 16th chapter. I'm sorry, I'm becoming old now. What are the qualities? Huh? No. 16th chapter, where Krishna is explaining Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. If you just give me one word, I can catch it up. No, that's the second one. Second line. The first one, how it starts. Everybody can check 16th chapter, it's very important. Brahmana has 9 qualities, and also Krishna tells that in Uddhav Gita to Uddhava also. So, no. I would have skipped it, but it's very important. That's why I wanted. You just tell me the first, how it starts. Yes, what is the beginning? Shamo damo tapassavcha shanti marjamevacha jnanam vijnanam astikyam brahma karma swabhavajam. So these are the qualities of the Brahmana. So Brahmana, what are these qualities? It said Kshama. He is controlling his senses. Dhamma, controlling his mind. Tapa, he is austere. Shaucha, he is very clean. Shamo dhamma tapa saucha. Shantim, he is always peaceful. Arjavam, he is very humble. Right? He is very humble. Shantim arjamevacha. Jnanam. Why he is humble? Because he has a jnana. He is a knowledge of Parabrahma and Brahma, both. And not only knowledge, Vijnana. He has an experience. He has a sakshatkar. Or he has a realization that he is Brahman. Jnanam, Vijnanam, Astikyam. He has a complete faith in Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma Karma Swabhavajam. These are the 9 qualities of a Brahmana. So, therefore, because of humility, the first, how we practice humility, you have to have a lot of tolerance. Humility is followed by tolerance. Why is that? Because people in this world are proud. And if you are trying to become humble, you will be always interacting with proud people. So it is very difficult to handle when you are dealing with other entity, other personality, because we are dealing with ego. We are not dealing with their knowledge. We are not dealing with their opulence. We are not dealing with their renunciation. We are dealing with their ego. So that ego is same in everybody. So as a devotee, uh, we need to learn about how to handle the egos, not the personality we are talking. And therefore, we have to have a lot of tolerance. Means we are not expecting anything other than serving that entity. Unless we have this mode, we cannot become tolerant. And why we have to be tolerant? That's followed by another quality called compassion. And why compassion? Because we know that living entity in this material world is illusion, prakriti kriyamanani, and they recognize themselves as the doer. And devotee is trying to convince them that doer is Krishna, and by his own example, he is trying to show them how to surrender. So humility has so many other qualities accompanying with humility. Otherwise, just humility, there are so many humble people in the world, but they do not have compassion, and also they don't carry all other good qualities of devotees. So why devotee has to practice humility? The first thing is Krishna is attracted to the humility. And by seeing the humility of a person, Krishna gives him knowledge. We can see the first chapter, Krishna is proud, Arjuna is proud of all the knowledge he had. Therefore, Arjuna is showing his knowledge. I know better, I know better, I know better. Right? Krishna is not saying anything. So Krishna don't speak as long as you are speaking. And when we speak, that means what we know. And what we know is all material. Correct? Sometimes people, those who are not devotees or trying to be devotees, they understand why ISKCON is so harsh on Mayavadis and scientists. Because these two fields, they make you proud of their knowledge. And it's very difficult for them to understand somebody is controlling everything and them also. So in that situation, it is not easy to preach to such kind of people unless you tolerate their ego, unless you tolerate their pride. So therefore, um, you see, even Krishna becomes humble and shows that you have to accept a spiritual master by accepting Vasishtha Muni, and in Ram Avatar he accepts Sandipani Muni. And he himself shows this humility to show us how to acquire the knowledge. It is not they are accepting Guru, they are showing how to be humble and submissive and subservient to Guru. So they are in their own life, they are exhibiting the humility also. So in that way, we can see how Krishna and Ram, when they are in the ashram of their Guru, how they are living there and how humbly they are serving their spiritual master. So that is why Krishna is attracted to humility. So why is that? Because he has all the qualities. We cannot please Krishna by any material quality, because he is the source of all good qualities. So what we are going to please him by showing them by our knowledge, our wealth, our money, prestige, nothing can attract Krishna. Similarly, Krishna's devotees are also like Krishna. Nothing can attract them. Nothing can attract except for Krishna. So therefore, like I was quoting a verse from Bhagavatam yesterday, Tad rasamriti truptasya nanyatasya ratikvachit. One who is attracted to the message of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or especially Srimad Bhagavatam, he is not attracted anywhere else. Why he is not attracted anywhere else? Because he knows the best. He knows Krishna, who is full of all these qualities, is the best one. So therefore, they are not attracted anywhere else. They are not competing with anybody else, and they are not trying to. They have no envy about anybody else, because they have seen the best one. Because they have seen the best personality, that is Krishna. So why they will compete with each other? Why they have no pride? Because they know the best person. So therefore, they have no competition. So devotees are no fear. They are not in anxiety. So because they have been material world, people are stressed out because of they have to compete to have their material possessions, material wealth. So but devotees have no competition. Who is he compete with? Because he is surrendered to Krishna. So he don't see anybody as competitor. He don't see anybody as even enemy. Because enmity also is because of ignorance. As you see, person develop enmity, and why? What is that ignorance? Any enmity is on bodily platform, and because we don't like somebody else is doing, so we become angry, and then it turns into enemy. So, but devotees, they are Brahma, they are realized, they are not this body. So, therefore, when they look at others, they are also situated on higher platform. They don't look at anybody with their physical body or their physical qualifications, because they know the best person who have all the qualities, that is Krishna. So they are not at all become that they get attracted or they get mesmerized by something amazing happening in this world, because they know the best amazing thing is Krishna's nature. That once you get attracted to Krishna and his nature, there is nothing attracted in this world. Nothing can attract the sadhus. So, but it is not the same with people, those who are not Krishna conscious. And most of the time, you're dealing with people, those who are not Krishna conscious or trying to progress on the path of Krishna consciousness. So, therefore, Brahmana has to have the quality of tolerance, and to have a tolerance, he has to be humble. By understanding that the other person may be thinking that the Brahmanas they think themselves great. But he don't think himself great. He is presenting the great for all general populace, that is Krishna. And therefore, sometimes he has to accept the position on behalf of Krishna. And even that big position also is humility. He is accepting, like spiritual master or Vaishnavas, when they take the high position. That high position is not the material high position. That high position is also servant of Krishna, as a service to Krishna. So apparently it may seem that they are sitting on a high Vyasasan or they are ordering people, but they are not trying to manipulate. They can order to help them to become Krishna conscious. So in this way, tolerance is the quality of a Brahmana. So you can see in Kapil Dev, he is explained to Devavati in Bhagavatam, correct? Sadhava Sadhu Bhushana. What is the beginning of that sloka? Titikshava Karunika Surdam Sarvadehinam Ajata Shatrava Santa Sadhava Sadhu Bhushana. Titikshava. The devotee is tolerant. No, that's the sign of a humility. Unless you are humble, you cannot tolerate. Titikshava Karunika, compassion. Right? Unless you are humble, you cannot be compassionate. Titikshavaha Karunika Suhruda Sarvadehinam. Suhruda means he is the best friend. Right? Suhrud, even Krishna is Suhrud. He is the best friend of all the living entities. Suhruda Sarvadehinam. He don't discriminate. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, Brahmane Gavi Hastine, Shunichaiva Shvapakecha Pandita Samadarshina. So Pandita is a Samadarshina. He don't discriminate on bodily platform. He don't discriminate. So therefore, Suhruda Sarvadehina, Ajata Shatrava, he do not have enemy. He don't consider anyone as enemy. Although many people will consider him as an enemy, but he don't consider anybody as an enemy. Yudhishthira is called Ajata Shatrava. How is that? He had Duryodhana, and Dushasana, Chakuni, they are all enemies of Pandavas. But Yudhishthir was Ajata Shatrava. They considered Pandavas or Yudhishthir to be the enemy. But Yudhishthir never considered Duryodhana to be enemy. So that is Ajata Shatrava. So therefore, why they are Ajata Shatrava? They are seeing through the eyes of Krishna. They see not on bodily platform. Therefore, they are Ajata Shatrava. Shanta, they are always peaceful. Why they are always peaceful? Because they know Krishna is the supreme controller. Krishna is the supreme controller. So whatever he is doing is best for them. What will happen the most? They will lose this body. More than what? We are going to lose this body one day or other anyway. So there is nothing to lose for a devotee. Therefore he is not afraid. He is not fearful. So he can tolerate. He can be compassionate. Because there is, for a devotee, there is nothing to lose. Because he don't even consider body to be his own property. Because this body is the property of Krishna only. So in this way, because of this knowledge, Ajata Shatrua Shanta, because of this knowledge, he is always peaceful. Sadhva, this is the quality of a sadhu, sadhu bhushana. These are the ornaments. Like sometimes people, they put so many golden ornaments and jewelry. So that is attracted for materialistic people. But sadhu's ornaments, that's behavior. How they have these qualities. And when we see these qualities in any sadhu, that is considered to be the ornament. And according to Rupa Goswami, this verse of Shikshastakam, Trunadapi Sunichena, he said we should string it and tie it around our neck. Why is that? Not to show others you become Trunadapi Sunichena. See that? That's what I'm carrying in my, now just to practice ourselves to become Trunadapi Sunichena. Trunadapi. So, therefore, devotees, as Krishna explains, Sukha dukkhe same kurutva labha labho jaya jayo, doesn't make any difference for devotees. Sukha is the same, dukkha is the same. Labha, if you gain something, is the same. If you lose something, doesn't make any difference. So that standard of highly elevated devotee. He is not phased. He is not affected by all these things. But now when you come to the practicality, you see, Arjuna is insulted, right? Hanuman is insulted. But Krishna and Rama, both of them are provoking them to fight. So why is that? They want to be humble. Arjuna want to be humble. But Krishna is provoking him to fight war. Correct? So on the order of authority, or on the level of your position, depends upon humility. You are sometimes given a position to help others, and that time you have given that authority. Therefore, in Vedic culture, the superiors like parents, teachers, they have the authority. And why they are given the authority? They have experienced the knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And therefore, with that authority, they can chastise. They can chastise. And that chastisement is not an anger. Sadhu's anger is not like in common people's anger. Correct? So it is in Marathi, they say, sadhu, panyacha dag and sadhucha rag. They evaporate. What does it mean? If water falls on your cloth, doesn't make any stain. It evaporates. Similarly, sadhu, even though he gets angry, it doesn't leave stain in his heart and anybody's heart. It evaporates. Means it just gives the essence of his instruction, and only that has come with compassion. And therefore, the seniors are respected in Vedic culture. Seniors are respected. What is the reason? Because they are giving us the knowledge. And for that, humbly we have to accept it. Just like we accept everything else for our sense gratification. Like I was giving an example also. When you go to your job, it is not that everything in office is happening according to the way you want. Is it possible, Achyut Kumar Prabhu? Yes. He was telling me about his boss just yesterday, It is not. Sometimes you'll get your boss you don't like. Sometimes you get your boss, you don't know anything other than, but still he is a boss. But still you have to respect. Why is that? You get money. That time you don't think about anything because whatever happens, at least I'm getting my salary for a month. So sense gratification comes there. So immediately you surrender, you become humble. So the same principle is there in spiritual life also. What you are getting here, closeness to Krishna, you know, and close advanced purification, as Prabhupada calls purification. So sometimes even if you dislike your authority, sometimes even if you hate your authority, still the instruction coming from him are superior because they are taking us close to Krishna. And that is the reason we are not supposed to see the faults of any devotee. For this is the reason. What we see in everybody is their devotion, because everything else is going to change today or tomorrow. But the devotion is depends upon everything, how it's going to change, and the devotion is changing, everything else will change. So this is the consciousness of a person who wants to advance in spiritual life. Right? You cannot advance by arguing with a spiritual person, especially those who are guiding us on our path. You cannot advance by envying them or getting angry with them. We have to do everything. Our services is by humility. So we are taught in the devotional, community that we should be humble with all people. Right? So what is the reason? Because that teaches us to see the one good quality which is in Kali Yuga, and the bad qualities that we have in our heart and how we can clean them. So unless there is a humility, we cannot even see that I am wrong. It's not possible. Unless there is a humility, you cannot understand that I am misguided. I am so many bad things are there. If you are arrogant, we lose all these things. So that is why Krishna places this humility quality to first, amanitvam. And all these other qualities, they develop, whatever we read, all these qualities, they develop. If you have humility, you will accept the fact, you will accept a guru, you will accept the miseries of birth, old age, disease, and death. Unless you have humility, you cannot accept that. You may accept by knowledge, but you will never realize that unless you have humility. And then living in a solitary place, correct? Detachment from all the worldly things. So these are the, as Prabhupada mentions, these are the symptoms of humility. These all qualities, 22 qualities mentioned in this 13th chapter, 8 to 12 slokas. These are all the byproduct of first quality, that is humility. So that is why unless we have that consciousness of humility, we cannot advance in spiritual life. And we can see how people, those who humbly submit, they are humbly submissive, and how they can advance in spiritual life. So, because Achyut Kumar Prabhu told me the host is Marathi, he wants to hear Tukaram Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Very well. Not only host, there are some guests also. And they are from Pune, very close to Dehu, which is a place of Tukaram. So I'll tell you one incident from Tukaram's life. What means to be amanina manadena, right? Now when Tukaram Maharaj was preaching, so preacher always criticizes, right? People has to criticize. That's what is he criticizing? So he is this is the mood of a preacher. Tukaram Maharaj explains. He says, Jagatariya Mahadeva, everybody is like Krishna, they are like devatas for us. Pari nindito swabhava. We criticize their behavior. We don't criticize the person because he is Satchidananda. Person is Satchidananda. Pari nindito swabhava. So we criticize his behavior. Why that? Yeto hitacha kalwala. Because I feel he's going to suffer if he do not become Krishna conscious. Therefore, I am very much concerned for their, ignorance. Padati hatik manoni kala. What is that? Because they are all falling, pray to the time. That means just time is there and their bodies are, every day their body is going near death. So I'm concerned about that. And therefore I criticize their behavior. What is their behavior? Their behavior is not in line with the teachings of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. It is not that because I don't like. Sometimes people are there, I behave good, so that you also should behave good. I have that good quality, so you should have that good quality. It is not like that. Devotee's compassion is according to the Krishna consciousness, according to the rules and regulations given by Krishna. He is try to bring you to that degree, to that consciousness. So even if, why Chanakya Pandit says that even if you find gold in the stool, still you take the gold. Correct? So even if the instruction coming from a bad person, still we should take it. Why it is like that? Because the instruction is coming from Krishna, not from that person. And that's what we see with Bilva Mangal Thakur. Remember Bilva Mangal Thakur? Now he was a son of a Brahmana, but somehow or other he got influenced by, he became attached to one prostitute. And the same prostitute, when he, in a very precarious condition, he went to see her. It was raining and flood, and somehow he went and approached her. What did she say? If you do this, all these efforts you did to just to enjoy this temporary body, you will go back home, back to Godhead. And then he didn't see. He remembered his Guru Somagiri. He said, this is my Guru speaking. Now, how you can see Guru in the prostitute? Right? He would have said, what a prostitute, I don't want to learn this knowledge from you. But he didn't say that because gold is coming from stool. But still, he remembered his Guru's instruction. That is how humility is, teaches you. If you are arrogant, he was right. He was a son of a Brahmana. He is a prostitute. You can argue with her, but he will lose the knowledge which is coming from his spiritual master Somagiri. So even he is a prostitute, still he accepted and he became a great devotee. So this is how sometimes we have to deal with some authorities, superior to us. They may not be, I'm not saying they're all prostitutes, but sometimes they may not be behaving the way we want. But their instruction coming, if you are humble, practicing humility, that instruction will bring us close to Krishna. Bring us close to Krishna. So that is the mood of a preacher. That is the mood of a devotee. And therefore, Tukaram Maharaj, in another words, he says that because I am concerned, Budati he jana pahave na dola, manuni kalwala yetase. He said, I cannot see these people drowning in the ocean of birth, old age, disease and death. I cannot see, just like a common person cannot see somebody drowning in the ocean or in the river, correct? If you can't see him, at least you will shout, hey, help him, correct? So if that person is said, hey, you are not helping, why shouting, But at least he's bringing somebody, he cannot save you, but somebody he's calling, that's his good quality. So if you are humble, you really understand that you are suffering, you will take any help. You will take any help. And that is humility. That's why this Krishna says this quality, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam. Every day we have to remember this, every day. Even though we are hearing that for millions of times. Why? Because that explains our precarious condition in this material world and keeps us humble. It keeps us humble to be like a sadhu. So Tukaram Maharaj, that is his concern. Pudati he jana pahavena dola. I cannot see, people are drowning in birth, old age, disease and death. Manuni yeto kalvala. I feel compassion for them. Somehow I want to help them. Even though they criticize me, they blaspheme me, they beat me, they will kill me. But still, this is, I feel, even if they kill me, what will happen? They are killing my body, not me. That's what in one of his Abhanga he says that. So in this mood, he is preaching Krishna consciousness. Now when he is preaching Krishna consciousness, why I said uh, Pakhanda has to be exposed, correct? So Tukaram Maharaj, he says, why he appeared? Dharmache Rakshana Karne Pakhanda Khandana. Means, he said, I have come to preach and practice dharma. And when you preach and practice dharma, the second part of is Pakhanda Khandana. To explain people what is irreligion. That is called Pakhanda Khandana. And how that can be done? Bije vadavave nama hechi amma karne kama. And that can be done only by planting the seed of holy name in each and every heart. That's what I have come to do. So in this way, he was preaching, but there are so many so-called brahmanas and so-called sadhus are there, and he saw that all of them. People think in the 20th century all bogus people are there or bogus sadhus are there, but there are Tukaram Maharaj Abhangas which shows that these bogus people are there in the 14th century, 16th century too. So I'll just quote one because I don't want to go too much. I'll take this liberty. Okay. He says, "Aise sant झाले कळी तोंडी तंबाखूची नळी." Whoever can understand. The saints, the so-called saints in Kali Yuga, have a cigarette, in their mouth. Tondi tambakuchi nali. That means gutka and gudugudi and all these things. These kind of saints are there in Kali Yuga. Tondi tambakuchi nali. So obviously, those who are like that, they will get angry on Tukaram. Right? We have realized, everything. That's why we don't consider what is their conclusion. We don't consider this is a body. That's why we are drinking. So that's what those who do all this kind of nonsense, nasha, all these things. They think, oh, this is not body anyway. We are not this body. That's why nothing happens to me. I'm soul. So this is what they are explaining. So I see them. ऐसे संत झाले कळी. In Kali Yuga, these people are called themselves sadhus. Tondi tambaku chile. Pachi pade madhyapana. They always drink liquor. Now those who are drinking liquor, they will obviously feel that they are criticized. Right? Obviously they will feel criticized. And people drink liquor in the name of religion. Right? Pachi pade madhyapana. Bhang bhurka hai sadhana. They will eat tobacco and they will think they are saints. So now Tukaram Maharaj is criticizing like this. So definitely all these people, those who eat gutka, drink and eat meat and all these things, they are not going to be happy with Tukaram. Right? Same way, why Hare Krishna is not famous? Because they are not going to be happy with people, those who practice four principles, because that's the enjoyment. Right? That's the enjoyment for all people. So this is criticism. But is that a criticism? It is not criticism. It's helping them to clean their heart. It is to clean their heart. So Tukaram is preaching. He said, "Tukamane avge dhonga tete kaisa panduranga." He said, this is all bogus, and there is no Krishna there. There is no Panduranga there. So in this kind of thing, so even the Brahmanas became very angry with Tukaram. Very angry, because Brahmanas, they chant mantra, but you see today's Brahmanas, what they do. Correct? They do all these nonsense things, but still they consider Brahmanas. So Tukaram was, so many people went against him, when he's preaching in Dehu. So village people, they came together and they informed the Patil, so the authority of the village. And he said, I don't know anything about what Tukaram is saying and what you are saying. Let us go to some authority, Brahmana. So they went to Chinswad. There is a Mambaji, who is considered to be a very elevated Brahmana. And they went to Mambaji, and Mambaji heard that this is the complaint. So they called Mambaji to come and stay in Dehu. They gave him house right next to Tukaram's house. So this Mambaji, who was staying with his followers, his disciples, and he was watching Tukaram. So he was watching Tukaram. He started attending Tukaram's pravachans, and sometimes people attend pravachan also for so many reasons. I'm not saying you are one of them. So he was attending the pravachans of Tukaram to find faults, what wrong he tells, what wrong he tells. So for a month he attended. Tukaram was telling everything from Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. There was nothing wrong. So he could not find anything in him, nothing wrong. Then he started uh, watching if he does any mistake in behavior. So he was so humble. Tukaram was so humble. He was such a elevated saint. But he will not discriminate. He will serve everybody. That was his, mission. Everybody. For him, everybody is Krishna's part and parcel. Everybody is like, he is servant of everybody. Whether they are devotees or non-devotees, doesn't matter. But that's humility. You see everything in relationship with Krishna. That's another help, that humility makes you understand, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. That helps you to understand. So in this way, Tukaram was helping everybody. And so he didn't find any mistake in his behavior. For 1 month, he didn't find anything. So Tukaram was, in his speaking, in his behavior. And the third thing is, for a sadhu, the character is most important. Correct? So he thought probably daytime he's like a sadhu. Maybe in night time I will find something. So then he was, in the night time, he used to watch what Tukaram does. You know. So what Tukaram was doing after the kirtan, thousands of people will go home. And after that, he was alone chanting in the temple. He was alone chanting in the temple. And he sent a prostitute to allure him. Tukaram was not at all allured. He said, we see all Mata as we see all ladies as Rukmini. That Vesha also felt humiliated. I said, you are looking Rukmini in me. He said, all ladies are like Rukmini to me. See, even the Vesha said, oh my God, he's just surrender unto him. But in this way, even it's like Haridas Thakur exactly. So he was not faced with. So she also started chanting, and she also became a devotee. So Tukaram, he saw, Mambaji saw all these things. So nothing in his speech, nothing in his behavior, nothing in his character. Now, how he is going to punish Tukaram? Whatever he says, he quotes from Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. In his behavior, he is so humble, he is not expecting any respects. And in his character, he is so pure. Even the Vaishya, prostitute, became a pure devotee. He started chanting. So now this is happening. What happens actually, if we have anger about somebody and nothing is helping, the anger goes on increasing. Even though Tukaram was showing his all devotional qualities, but those devotional qualities were making Mambaji angry more and more and more. Correct? There was no reason to get angry. But he was thinking that I am Brahmana, bodily platform. I am Brahmana. And Tukaram is born is Shudra. And how he can teach? This is the duty of a Brahmana. So how he can teach the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavat and tell everybody that there is no need of Shraddha, Navasa, or any Karma Kanda is not required. Kali Yuga, there is only one way. There is only Harinam, Nama Sankirtana. That's it. Nama Sankirtana, sadhana pe sope, jadatil pape, janmantarichi. You will tell simple, there is only one way in Kali Yuga, that is Nam Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So there is only Nam Sankirtan, there is nothing than Nam Sankirtan. But this Brahmana, because their business was going down, nobody was coming for pujas or karma kandas or yagyas or anything. So these Brahmanas, they became angry, and that's why they had complained to Mambaji. So this Mambaji, now he is burning with fire in his heart. Tukaram is very peaceful. He is not considering Mambaji at all, So Mambaji every day used to come and sit in his pravachan, Tukaram pravachan. And Tukaram, very, in utter humility, because he is a Brahmana, he gave him a particular seat. And that is a seat every day, this Mambaji will come and sit. But inside he was burning because everybody is honoring Tukaram. Nobody is honoring me. Everybody is going to Tukaram. Because people are very simple. They got this simple way of life. Now you don't have to spend any money for any religious activity. Just chant Hare Krishna and be happy. So many people became Tukaram follower. Nobody was going to Mambaji and his followers. So he was becoming angry. In spite, he was staying in the kirtan, sitting in the pravachan. And so one day, what happened? So Tukaram used to chant all night, and in the morning, before Mangal Arati, he will go down in the river and he will take a bath. He'll come up and he will sweep all around the temple before anybody comes around 4 o'clock. Everybody. So he will clean in such a way that not a single pebble will touch anybody's feet. He'll clean inside and outside of the temple. Then again he will go take a bath and come and do the deity worship. He will do Sringar and all the deity worship. So one time what happened, it was the day of Amavasya, it's dark. So now Mambaji, he was looking at Tukaram so that he does some mistake, some mistake. So one time when Tukaram was with a broom in his hand, he was cleaning outside the temple. And Mambaji's ashram is just next to temple. And he had a fence. Not like today's fence we see in America. In India, in olden age, fences were made from sticks of bamboo or jambul and karvandi. These are the thorny bushes, correct? Even the buffalo will not dare to go inside. They are so thick thorns. So they'll make fence of that, right? So Mambaji had a fence of all these babadi Marathi they call these thorny bushes. So Tukaram, by mistake, he touched his fence and fell down. The fence fell down. Now all the anger that was stored in his heart, Mambaji's, this is not any big mistake. You can just have to lift the fence and keep it straight. That's it. So there was nothing to get angry about that. But that anger is stored. Sometimes that's what happened after humility also. So long you become humble, 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 and little sentence of somebody, that that is not at all a anger making kind of a thing. But because of the stored anger, that incident he said something to you is not at all insignificant. Because that time the stored anger comes out. Correct? So this is what happened with that Mambaji, because the stored anger. That is not a insignificant mistake. Fence fell down. You just have to lift it. So he got that and he just came there. He started abusing Tukaram. And what did he, Tukaram? He just folded his hand. He said, you are a Brahmana, I respect. I'm sorry, even though it was not his mistake. He said, I'm sorry. He said, what sorry? Then he took that stick from the fence with thorny bush and started beating Tukaram. He started beating, like one stick broke, the second broke, the third broke. 12 sticks broke. Now Tukaram's body, from his head to toe, all bleeding. But Tukaram is just standing there and just accepting all that. Didn't say anything. And some thorns are in his body also. So Tukaram is just chanting the name of Krishna. Because he said, yes, this is my mistake, This is Krishna wants me to accept. So he just watched like that. That Mambaji, he got tired after like a dozen or 12, 15 sticks, and finally his hands were hurting and he just threw it and angrily he went to his ashram. Now Tukaram, with all these things, he didn't get angry. He goes to Vithala, and he goes inside the temple and prays. And it's a beautiful abhanga, it is in Marathi, but I'll just say in English. Said, thank you, Vithala, it's good, it is good, it is good that you made Mambaji beat me. You made Mambaji beat me. And how does he saw? Just like I used to give an example. If anybody previously, if a dog bite is there, I don't know what they do nowadays. You have to take 14 injections, and that's in your belly, correct? I was a kid and I had that. So I remember 14 injections you have to take. And that time the injections were not like today. They had like a syringe, like long and glass syringe of so long, and you have to and all that will go in the belly. Oh, painful. Big needle, like about 5 inches needle, and they'll put it in your stomach. You know, that kind of injections. So 14 injections I have to take. So fearful in the first day, 14 injections I have to take. But after one injections, I felt relieved. Now I have only 13 left. You know, till the next day, because 13, correct? So every day I was feeling relieved at the same time pain, relieved at the same time pain, correct? So that is what is karma. You know, when it is going, it is painful, but we are relieved of your karmic reactions. You are relieved. Karma is burning, although it is coming in a very harsh way. Although it's coming in a harsh way. So, Mambaji, Tukaram is praying, my karma is burning. My karma burnt. And thank you for that. He didn't go to Vittala, I'm chanting for 16 rounds for the last 40 years. Why did you do this to me? He didn't say. He didn't say that. He humbly accepted. And as he was praying, and then this is the most important thing he said, that it is so good that you didn't let me get angry. Can you imagine? There is a very subtle thing there, right? You didn't let me get angry. Sometimes what happens, we become humble. I didn't get angry. That becomes a pride. Right? I didn't get angry. Even though you are agitating me, even though you are aggravating me, still I kept cool. Still I tolerated you. That's another pride. So Tukaram Maharaj said, you didn't let me angry. So that credit also goes to Panduranga, Krishna. He said, you didn't let me get. He didn't say that I didn't get angry. You didn't let me get angry. Correct? Therefore, it's a tradition in India, when you are angry, chant Krishna's name. That's why they say. That is the reason. So that if you chant, you'll cool down and you will be properly situated in consciousness. So in this way, he was praying in front of Vittala in Dehu temple. And as he was praying, miraculously, Tukaram's body became perfect. Everything was, all the bleeding and all the thorns were all gone. And it is happened in front of people. It is not that he's writing in his Abhangastu, but he in front of people, his wife was also there. So now what happened? Now Tukaram in the morning, as normal, she was serving, like nothing happened. If something this happened, you will go on telling everybody, I didn't become angry, he beat me, and your whole village and everywhere you will advertise, I am such a pure devotee, humble devotee I am. Tukaram was like nothing happened. He went and started serving everybody else. Nothing happened. In the evening, now Tukaram standing again for pravachan. And at that time, he saw the seat of Mambaji Maharaj is empty. Immediately he felt concerned. He said, why Mambaji didn't come? And he thought maybe little late or something he'll come. But he was middle of the kirtan and he was about to, in the beginning, just like in Hare Krishna we do kirtan, then there's pravachan, then again kirtan. So kirtan was going on. So before Tukaram, he was supposed to give a pravachan, he sent one of his person who was playing kartal. He said, go and see Mambaji, why he didn't come? Why he didn't come? He should be here. And then he came and he saw Mambaji was flipping like a fish out of water on the ground with pain. His body was had fever, and his disciples were trying to cool him by putting cold cloth on him, but he was flipping like a fish. And because that's the punishment given for the offense he has created with Tukaram, pure devotee. Now he is saying that he is suffering there. Now he becomes happy. This is what happens when you criticize pure devotee. He felt very happy. And he thought, if I tell this to Tukaram, he will be very happy. So he came and told Tukaram, Maharaj, that Mambaji is suffering like a hell, flipping like a fish out of water, and he's in pain. Now Tukaram Maharaj felt sad about it. He felt compassion about it. So he just told somebody to do the kirtan, and he left, and he came and saw the Mambaji. And he said, I am sorry, because of me, you have to go through all these things. And he started pressing his feet. Mambaji, he started massaging him. He said, I am sorry, because of me, you have to go through all these things. I am the cause, because of me, the fence fell down, then you have to get angry, and all these things happen. Please forgive me. He was pressing his feet. This is Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. And in this way, Tukaram treated Mambaji. So now, what we learn from this? People will be envious, angry, agitated, aggravated. But as a devotee, we have to understand how everything is. You do your things perfectly, but material nature is not going to, because you are perfect, material not going to be perfect with you. It's going to take its own course. Correct? Sometimes it happens. Even though you are driving your car very legally in speed limit, but you have no control cars around you. Correct? So they may come and crash you. So material world is like that. Correct? You may be behaving properly, you may be doing everything good, but material nature is so complicated that will come and create suffering in your. Nothing wrong with you. Nothing wrong. Everything is correct, Krishna consciousness. But the nature of this material world is like that. Somebody will come and deliver our karma in some way. So we have to be very, very careful, and that only you can understand in humility. Only in humility and the knowledge about Krishna. Right? What happens when you, it's very difficult to see the hands of Krishna and how Krishna designs our home, or sorry, designs our heart, or designs our devotional service. I always like to give an example like an embroidery, correct? Sometimes grandma is sitting with the embroidery. On top, she is drawing a beautiful flower, correct? But a small child, what he sees from down is all hanging threads. And he don't understand what grandmom is doing above. So we don't understand how Krishna is designing our life. We see the hanging threads in our life, hanging threads. So when we grow up, that will look up. Oh, this my grandma is drawing beautiful flower. So that's the devotee's life. We try to, because of our ignorance or because of our pride, we try to see the threads of this material world, which are not good to see or experience. But as you grow in maturity, you can see the design that Krishna has made for you. So what is Krishna's design for devotees? Somehow or other, remind him of himself and bring him back. Krishna will do anything to do that. If we are humble, if we are surrendered. And then only we can see Krishna's art when we mature and we don't see the threads of all the design below of the material nature. And that is by our practicing humility, tolerance, compassion, all these good qualities which are mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. And there are hundreds and thousands of examples of how the great devotees tolerated so many things because of their humility. Even Krishna, he told Shishupal in 99 offenses. Can you imagine? 100th he got angry. Correct? 99. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, beautiful, so many stories are there in how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so humble in front of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Prakashananda Saraswati, then story of Sarvabhaum's son-in-law, Amoga. He criticized Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't get angry. He said, yes, whatever he's telling is right. Sannyasi should not be eating food so much. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So he said, good, but what happened? Amoglila, he became sick and he was fallen. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes to him, he said, Brahmana's heart should be humble and submissive. How these things came in your heart? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu puts his feet on Amog's heart and he becomes relieved from all the things. So many stories are there about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's humility. So this is the humility is the gateway to understand Krishna's mercy and understand the scripture and purify our consciousness. So thank you very much. That's what I could think. Anybody wants to add anything? Because I know you're all more humbler than me. I'm just sitting here because you asked me to. So, Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Wow. You're so happy that I ended the class, huh? Hare Krishna. Any questions? Yes, yes, Prabhu. I don't know what time it is. I just went on. Oh, yeah, it's okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So happy and privileged to hear from you. Especially this is one quality that Guru Maharaj stresses the most in all his lectures. And who other than you can be the perfect person
Hare Krishna.
to speak on this?
Very well.
So one question I had, that humility seems to be a long journey, and there are so many failures I personally undergo. But how do we keep up and keep going, and how do we intensify this quality, this most essential quality of humility? It seems to be like, Mama Maya Durataya, like never achievable. You try, and then again I get exposed. Try, again it's just going on. What are some of the things that can help me to go
See,
fast?
actually, for all the question, there is only one answer: satsanga. By hearing and hearing and hearing, then you'll start practicing. Correct? For actually, practically, as a preacher, we try to give so many answers for different questions. But only one answer is there, that is satsanga. All these things will come only in the association of the sadhus. Correct? That will inspire us to stay in the association of sadhus because they have that quality, they don't get angry. Even if they get angry, that's for our benefit. So that will help us to imbibe that quality. Just like in Marathi, this is Sangati Si Sangadosha. So whoever you associate with, you develop those qualities. So that's why we, as a devotee, we are advised to associate with saints, sadhus. And by seeing them, how they tolerate things, by seeing how they handle the situation, by reading or hearing about their glories, slowly, it will, we will imbibe that. Correct? It is difficult, as they always say that we have come here to become boss anu boss. And from that to come to das anu das, it's completely opposite way our life is going to go. So it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Correct? But again, same thing, you can achieve it in the association of devotees. Just keep association. You may be doing mistakes, you may be, whatever we are, but in the association of devotees, we develop all good qualities. Okay? Hare Krishna. There is no technique that you do these things, you will develop these qualities. Only one technique, association. Hare Krishna. These things you can learn by seeing, hearing from sadhus. Hare Krishna.
Follow-up question. We are in Kali Yuga. Everyone has a weakness and strongness. Sometimes senior devotee they have weakness. That weakness can be passed into us if you are around them. Do you think?
Possible.
Then we have to be very careful about the selecting the devotee.
Who can torture you more than Hiranyakashipu? Did Prahlad ever opposed? No. So devotee side, let my authority, of course they are not Hiranyakashipu. I'm giving you the extreme example. how devotee should behave, not how authority should behave. Correct? From how much he tolerated Prahlad Maharaj. In fact, after he was killed, he's praying to Krishna, please give him your shelter. That is Vaishnava humility and compassion. Correct? Even if you think, and normally it is because of our ego we think somebody else is in ego. Our ego don't allow us to think others' humility, to see others' humility, even though they are humble, even though they are trying to help us. Sadhus are like that. One time I was giving tour in the palace, Palace of Gold. I was giving tour. And you know how palace is, all the windows are down and it is up like that, correct? And there is only one door which is open. So one bird came inside and he was going around and around. And some glasses are white. So he was going hard thinking that it is taking me out of the sky. Literally he was bleeding in his, in and cheeks and everything. So I was feeling bad. So what I was trying to do, I was doing clapping and showing, just, okay, you get away, get away, get away. But he was fearful and banging his head more. No, because of that. Now I'm trying to help him, but he is thinking that he's going to kill me. So sometimes this happens with us because of our so fearful. We are fearful of our position, fearful of our losing something. Then if somebody chastises or criticizes, it becomes too much. Correct? So what we should do, we should try to see what is he saying is, is it really true? And if he's saying, just pray to Krishna, If you still think you're right, pray to Krishna. Correct? Krishna knows what's in your heart and what's in his heart. Correct? No authority will purposely do anything wrong with his follower. Purposely. Correct? So, if somebody, you think like that, once I asked my Guru Maharaj to what extent I should follow authority. Because in ISKCON, so many things are. What extent? My Guru Maharaj told me, as long as that authority don't tell you not to chant 16 rounds and break 4 principles, you should listen to him. Right? So it's all seva thing. It is related to seva. So what's wrong with it? Correct? Or he's criticizing about my seva. Other than nothing is in ISKCON is there. Either my seva or is criticized or whatever I am done is not recognized. So we are not here for recognition. So try to find in ourselves, and then we will see, like Tukaram, even though he is right, even though he was beaten, correct? Not ordinary stick with a thorns, he still thought it's his mistake. So if you are like that, you will advance in spiritual life. Okay? Hare Krishna.
I have another question. We are in Kali Yuga. There are lots of problems about anger management. Do you have any framework how to manage the anger?
Anger is a product of our expectations. More you expect, more you are going to be disappointed. First thing is, that's why anything you expect from anybody, if it is not happening, then you get angry. So first thing is, minimize your expectations and try to live to the expectations of your Guru and Krishna. So you do your duty without any expectations. And then you will never become angry. And my father taught me, he said, prepare for the worst. Correct? Prepare for the worst. So if you do anything, just prepare for the worst. You are not going to get anything good. And if you get good, you will be surprised in Kali Yuga. Right? Yeah. Prepare for the worst and work for the best. That's Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Parshuram Prabhu, you want to add something? Yes?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. First of all, thank you so much for the class today. I felt like Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much for the class today. I felt like not a single word or a sentence was extraneous. It was so on point, it was
Hare
so
Krishna.
practical. Thank you. One question I had was you said for humility you need to have tolerance. What is, in the material world, what is the right way to tolerate? Is it just to accept? Is it to just see perspective of somebody else? Like, what are practical ways that we tolerate that makes us get better at it over time?
Again, the same answer, expectations. If something is not happening, so the way it will come to you, just tolerate. Anger becomes from tolerance only. If you know tolerance, you get angry. The same thing. If you learn to not to expect, so if something happening against you, doesn't bother you. You do your duty and detached. Correct? So that way you will develop tolerance. And now, as far as bodily tolerance, physical tolerance, like how cold I should take a bath, you judge, your body will tell you. How long I can fast, that body will tell you. Correct? But the most difficult thing is about your mind. How we are going to gauge about our mind. Correct? So, therefore, our mind should be focused at the lotus feet of Krishna and chanting the holy name. So, anything other than that happening should not bother as a devotee. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Parshuram Prabhu, Sadhu, you want to add something?
बढ़िया क्लास दी आपने once Radhesham Prabhu asked His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, Maharaj, in most of the classes you quote this verse, Trinadapi Sunichena Trorapi Seshna. It's not very easy to follow. Maharaj said, Radhesham Prabhu, this is only ABC of spiritual life.
That's true.
Then Radhesham Prabhu asked, if this is ABC, so what's higher than this? Maharaj said, Ashlish Sheva Padartam Pinashtuma.
Yes. I don't know how long we are going to go. It's 2:30. Yes.
I have a question. This question I asked to multiple devotees, but I need your answer.
So,
What you think
you are
about it?
checking multiple answers
No. I have
to
a
suit your answer.
no. Let's, no. What is prayer? Whom to pray, and who is giving the fastest result? Uh,
Okay.
for example, we need to pray to Krishna. We need to pray to Radha Rani, otherwise Prabhupada. Because same question I asked to multiple people. Just now, I want to understand what you think about it.
What is the best answer you got till today?
I think so. Shamra, I think he gave me really good answers.
Who?
Prabhu.
So, what did he give the answer?
Shamrup Prabhu, he said prayer means when you need help, that time you have to ask the help to Krishna. When you have a trouble, you ask the help. Help is the nicest word to ask the help. And I have multiple answers. Some people mention you have to pray for Prabhupada if you want to get your spiritual journey. And my mentor, he mentioned if you have a trouble, pray for Radharani. She will reply you fastest. And couple of folks they mentioned pray for the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he's a recent he's present actually still the moment actually you can pray for him also. He also give the fastest result. But I need to understand your perspective.
Yes. Now I will, with the help of Prabhuji, I will try to explain something what he said or whatever. See, prayers is one of the Navavidha Bhakti, correct? One of the 9 limbs of devotional service. Prayers means attracting the mercy of the superior authority, correct? So, as you said, whether Krishna, Radharani, Nityananda, Chaitanya, Prabhupada, Narsingadev, they are all same on spiritual level. Whoever you can develop your relationship in different occasions, if you have different, they are all same. They are not spiritually different people, correct? So your prayers in heart are heard by Paramatma sitting in your heart. And he is the same as outside, Narsingadev, Krishna, whoever you think about. Correct? So you develop your relationship with anybody and you can pray to him. And he will, just like for Prahlad Maharaj, he knew God is everywhere. But Krishna appeared to him in a way that nobody has seen. Even Prahlad Maharaj didn't expect that. But to keep Hiranyakashipu's vows intact and to respond to the Prahlad's prayer to prove that God is everywhere, he appeared in the form of Narsingadev. Correct? So your prayers, uh, they are personal. Right? So you decide who to pray to. Absolute truth is one. And Krishna is the source of all that absolute truth. The most important part of prayer is artata. How dependent you are in what you are asking. And are you asking not what you want? Are you asking what Krishna wants from you? Sometimes I pray, oh, give me a good husband, give me a good car. That is also prayer. People go for temple to that. Right? That you can worship to anybody. It doesn't matter. Because Krishna is the one who gives you. Right? But here, how I can, as Prabhupada said, I asked only one question to my Guru Maharaj. How can I serve you? That is the prayer of a devotee. Krishna, please give me intelligence. Radharani, please give me intelligence. Nityanand Prabhu, please give me intelligence. I am so fallen. How I can serve you? That is the only prayer. Okay? Hare Krishna. I don't know whether that matches your all other answers, but okay, you are free to ask in some other question to other devotees also. I mean the same question. And Prabhupada said, if you don't know how to pray, learn from the prayers of the devotees, like Arjuna, Bhishma, Kunti, Gajendra, and gopis, Brahman Patnis. They are all praying. And see what they pray. Correct? Yeah. Hare Krishna. ठीक है, Prabhu ji? Am I right? I'm asking you. Don't look behind. I'm asking you. Yes, he's so humble. He is so humble.
He gave me all questions answers. I ask any questions, he replied immediately.
Wonderful. Maybe I'll start asking you. Hare Krishna. Yes, thank you. Okay, Prabhuji, enough? Hare Krishna. Thank you for allowing me to come again. I know you told me in GV that whenever you come next time visit, so I didn't know I'm coming to your house. But I never asked you your names. But I'm so happy to see you. It's wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Okay, Arjun Chud Kumar Prabhu. Parshurama Prabhu, anything you want to add on humility? You know how he sees me every day, so he's going to chastise me when I go to Pune. Go to San Jose and go big talks.
तीन डिवोटी मिलने के लिए गए तो तीनों एक दूसरे को इतना ग्लोरीफाई कर रहे थे तो वो बोले कि महाराज ये इसके अंदर ये क्वालिटी है मैं ऐसे बनना चाहता हूँ ये बोले कि महाराज इसके अंदर ये क्वालिटी है मैं ऐसा बनना चाहता हूँ तो बहुत ज़्यादा ग्लोरीफाई कर रहे थे तो महाराज ने कहा वो बोले कि मैं ऐसा बनना चाहता हूँ ये बोले मैं ऐसा बनना चाहता हूँ महाराज ने कहा कि एक्चुअली आई वांट टू बिकम लाइक दिस वहाँ पे तीर्ण पड़ा हुआ था बोले मैं तिनके की तरह बनना चाहता हूँ
Hare
जो
Krishna.
तृणादपि सुनीचे
Hari Bol. Jai Ho. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you. We'll meet in the evening, whoever wants to come. If you are so Achyut Kumar, I will go. I'm okay now. I took rest. So I can